news, baby. The Shit Show Daily, July 18th, 2025. Hey there, beautiful disasters. Welcome to the Shit Show Daily, the only news roundup where we dig through the dumpster fire so you don't have to. I'm your host, Captain Cram, and this voice sounds exactly like someone who's been emotionally held hostage by a group chat since 2013. Now let's get weird. Headlines you can tell about in group chat talks. You can yell about in group chats. First up, Trump says Coke is switching to cane sugar. Because clearly, America's biggest problem is not inflation, inequality, or planetary collapse. It's corn syrup. The corn industry panicked so hard their stocks dipped faster than your serotonin during family holidays. Coke hasn't confirmed anything, but Trump already tweeted that this will make soda great again. Just imagine being so nostalgic you try to legislate soda. Next week, he'll demand a return to Crystal Pepsi and Napster. Upstream just dropped $600 million on self-driving car tech. They're teaming up with Lucid and Nuro to release 20,000 robo-taxis starting in 2026, because nothing says future of innovation like recreating public transportation, but with surveillance. Lucid stock shot up 40%, while Uber drivers everywhere are just trying to afford rent and maybe a sandwich. At this point, even the robot is like, you still tipping 0%, bro? Meanwhile, in cinema land, IMAX tickets for Nolan's The Odyssey sold out a year early. You've got folks paying for a seat to a film that doesn't exist yet, based on a book no one finished, directed by a man who definitely thinks sleep is optional. Fun fact, Odysseus took 10 years to get home. It'll take you just as long to find parking at an IMAX showing. In other news, NPR and PBS just got defunded. Congress pulled $1.1 billion from public broadcasting, so local stations are basically surviving on tote bags and whispered prayers. PBS says they'll be fine, but for rural stations, this is like cutting the oxygen off mid-sesame. Big Bird's looking for freelance work. Grover's doing Lyft. Maybe Miss Piggy started an OnlyFans account. I don't know. Corporate America says get back in the cubicle. More than half of Fortune 100 companies now require full office attendance in the office, which is great if you miss fluorescent lighting, passive-aggressive fridge notes, and pretending you care about Todd's weekend hike. Office culture is back, and so is your commute-induced existential dread. Fun fact, shitshowcreative.com has a mandatory work from wherever the hell you want policy, because we don't want to micromanage. We want you to do your best work. Quote of the day brought to you by Dolly Parton. It costs a lot of money to look this cheap. And Congress just proved that by gutting public media while spending $7 trillion on vibes. Oh shit, fact of the day, the longest English word has 189,819 letters and takes over 3 hours to say. That's not a word. That's a hostage situation. Honestly, if someone started reading that out loud, that's your cue to fake a phone call and leave the country. Now, time for our shitatorial. This is a news segment on the Shit Show Daily News. And if you don't like it, I'll probably still keep doing it because nobody's listening to this shit. Mark Zuckerberg has spent billions trying to make us live inside fake worlds, while the rest of us are just trying to survive one. You don't need a headset to escape reality. You need healthcare. You need quiet. You need one human being who actually listens when you talk, not another guy named Chad building empathy apps in WeWork. Tech leaders keep innovating humanity out of the human experience. They want us optimized, gamified, crypto-staked, and metaverse enslaved. Like the only way to feel connection is through haptic gloves and corporate avatars. But here's the kicker. Maybe the real metaverse was the friends we ghosted along the way. That's the news, that's the mess, that's your shit show. Remember to adopt a rescue pet. They're shit show approved, just like our chief dog officer, Moji. I'll catch you tomorrow for more nonsense. Until then, stay weird, stay human, and don't trust a man with a headset and a god complex. I'm out.